Alright guys, we're back with another video, and this time I'm reacting to 101 facts about the UK, and the original channel is called 101 Facts. So go ahead and give them a shout out, and let me switch my screen over here. In fact, I thought I was already subscribed to them. Why don't you guys go ahead and subscribe to them as well? They have some pretty nice videos. So anyways, let's check this out.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, or any other time to you loyal motherfactors, and welcome to this rather British version of 101 Facts. I'm your designated subject, Sam, and today I'm here to talk about the country of James Bond, Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who...
Churchill, the Beatles, Sean Connery, Harry Potter.
Yes, thank you, Hugh. I'm here to talk about the United Kingdom. But how much tea do we drink as a nation every day? How many times do we have sex in our lifetimes? Do we have sex with the tea? 2 out of 3 of those questions are going to be answered, so kneel before Her Majesty the Queen and prepare to receive a knighthood from the Facting Empire, while eating a crumpet and mainlining swan blood. Lovely stuff. This is 101 Facts about the United Kingdom. Number 1. In case you thought this was a video about me calling a knight named Ed Kingdom, it ain't. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is a sovereign country consisting of England, Wales, Scotland, and, guess who, Northern Ireland. Number 2. The Union Jack is a Marvel character, but also a flag.
I knew that. Ireland.
Rather cleverly, it's the flags of England, Scotland, and Ireland's St. Patrick's Saltire flag all merged together.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry, Wales, there was no room for a dragon on there. Number 3. St. George's Cross is one Saltire flag, all merged to a flag. Rather cleverly, it's the flags of England, Scotland, and Ireland's St. Patrick's Saltire flag, all merged together. Sorry, Wales, there was no room for a dragon on there.
I've always wondered that because I was doing some like English football chant reactions and stuff, and you see like those flags like with the red cross, the blue cross, and all that. So yeah, that makes sense now.
3. St. George's Cross is widely known as the flag for England. It is a red cross atop a white flag and came into use in the late 18th century. Sorry, I'm not sure why I'm doing that dusty old librarian voice, but I can't seem to help it. Number 4. St. Andrew's Cross is the flag of Scotland. Come on, stop doing that voice. According to legend, it's a cross because of a battle between the Scots and the Angles. Nope, not those kind of Angles, although that is a cute one. During this battle, the clouds in the sky apparently formed into an X, thus marking the flag.
Nice.
Number 5.
That's cool.
This is Wales's flag, which is a lot better than the others, mainly due to the fact it has a dragon on it. But why? Welly well, my sugar plum fairy. It was the symbol of the King of Gwynedd, named King Cadwallader. Number 6. Northern Ireland doesn't have its own flag. Sorry, Northern Ireland. Number 7. England and Wales were united in 1536 like ex-lovers. Then Scotland joined in 1707 like a swingers party that created Great Britain. Renamed the United Kingdom in 1801 when Ireland was added too. Number 8. As of 2013, the population of the UK is 64.1 million. England has 53 of those millions, Scotland has 5.3 million, Wales 3 million, and Northern Ireland 1.8 million. Number 9.
A lot of people.
The UK is close to 95,000 square miles. Number 10. The UK's longest coastline is around 5,000 miles. The exact distance the Proclaimers will walk for you. That's nice. Number 11. Our highest mountain is Ben Nevis, because we like naming things Ben in the UK. Benny Boy can be found in Scotland at just over 1,340 metres high. Number 12.
Number 12.
We have, and this is an actual measurement, a ton of history in the UK, dating all the way back to 6,500 BC. All over the UK, you'll find monuments marking its history, from Stonehenge to Buckingham Palace. Number 13. Perhaps because of this, and because its residents are kooky folk like me, in 2010, 29.6 million people visited Britain, spending an average of £563 per person and stayed 7 days on average. Number 14. We also can't move for bloody castles. There's actually 600 to 700 all across the country, and no, alas, I don't live in one.
I would love to go see a castle sometimes. Man, you guys are lucky. That's fucking cool.
15. We also have plenty of places of enlightenment and worship. Hubs. Why? Why is that bad? What do you think I meant? By the end of 2015, there were around 52,750 of them.
Wow.
I bet at least 50,000 of them were named the Red Lion or something. Number 16. Oh, according to the Daily Mail, which is something you shouldn't read, by the way, there are 518 pubs in the UK with the name Red Lion. Well, you can keep your Red Lion, mate, because I know which pub I'll go to wait for things to blow over.
Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
Winchester for life.
That's a good movie. Is the Winchester actually... Is that a real bar? Pub? Let's see. Oops. Coffee was in the way. Let's see. The Winchester. The Winchester Mystery House. No, that's California. The Winchester... Oh, why did it autocorrect? Duh. I hate that. The Winchester Pub. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead. The Winchester Pub. Is this... Okay. The pub is way across the city south of Thames, so it's the Winchester Tavern. That's badass. What? Oh, that's fucking cool. All right, yeah, let's get back to this.
Number 17.
Oh yeah.
There are stranger pub names out there, including the Bunch of Carrots in Hereford, the
Bunch of
Quiet
Carrots.
Woman in Buxton, and My Father's Moustache in Lincolnshire. Number 18.
Oh yeah. That's nice names.
English is the official language spoken throughout the UK, clues in the name. But there
Duh.
are other official languages too, such as Welsh, Scots, ordering a kebab while drunk, and Gaelic.
Wait.
Alright, who's like you, such as Welsh, Scots, ordering a kebab
I'd murder a pit of bread. I'm absolutely better. What the
while
fuck?
drunk, and Gaelic. Alright, who's
Ah,
laughing at
Gaelic's
Gaelic?
nuts.
Own up. Number 19. Contrary to what some believe, we're not exactly led by the Queen anymore. The United Kingdom is a parliamentary democracy, which means the government is elected by the people. Number 20. There's a general election once every 5 years to find out who our next PM is going to be. Like a very long, tedious, and very boring talent show.
Yeah,
The Prime Minister.
I just found out about this. I thought this entire time the Queen was actually the one that was in charge and shit. And then I kept hearing about this Boris Johnson guy, and I'm like, what the, what's going on here? Is he actually in charge? And then I started realizing that the Queen's almost like a, I guess it's just a symbolic kind of thing. I mean, ultimately, I suppose she would probably have ultimate power if she decided to step in. I don't know for sure. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, every country culture obviously has different government systems. So it is kind of crazy to see how much different, everybody is than America.
Minister, or the PM as I just said just then, leads the government with the support of the cabinet, not a literal cabinet, as well as ministers and members of parliament. Number 21. The UK has had 76 prime ministers, including the great Winston Churchill and, others. Number 22. The first female prime minister was Margaret Thatcher, who seemingly had a hoot. So much so, she ran from 1979 to 1990 and is the longest-serving prime minister for over 150 years. Number 23. And is the longest seemingly had a hoot. So much so, she ran from 1979 to 1990 and is the longest-serving prime...
79. Is there not a limit? Because here we can only do one term of presidencies, 4 years, and then you can do 2 terms maximum. There used to not be a limit, but yeah, so you can only do a maximum of 8 years here. That's interesting.
Prime Minister for over 150 years. Number 23. The United Kingdom joined the European Union in 1979, but not anymore. Well, not yet anyway, since we're apparently Brexiting the F out of there due to a referendum in June 2016 because reasons.
I heard about this.
And a bus, mainly.
Because of
Number
reasons.
24. In fact, Collins Dictionary made Brexit, which sounds like a breakfast cereal specifically designed for people with diarrhea, but is actually an admittedly terrible fusion of the words Britain and exit, their word of the year in 2016. Number 25. Her Majesty the Queen of England II is the head of state in the United Kingdom. As a constitutional monarchy, Her Majesty does not...
She always looked that grouchy, though.
rule the country as such, but the royal family fulfills important ceremonial
All right,
and
she
formal
looked happy
roles,
there.
like celebrating lots of birthdays and showing off their children and corgis. Love you though, your Madge. Number 26. Along with our Queen Lizzie, there's a whole family of royals. Yes, thank you, Lord. Right at the top of the family tree is the arrogantly named Alfred the Great, who defended his kingdom against the Vikings. Number 27. Windsor Castle, where the Queen spends most of her time, is the largest royal home in the world. It's
Damn.
also the oldest continually inhabited royal residence in Britain, don't you know, having been built by William the Conqueror around 1080 AD. Number
1080?
20. Nowhere
No
in the
shit.
UK is more than 75 miles away from the sea, which is quite lucky, really, given that we do like to be beside the seaside. Away from the number 20.
What is it?
Nowhere in the UK is more than 75 miles away from the sea,
No
which is
shit.
quite lucky, really, given that we do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, we do like to be beside the sea.
So the most center part of the country that you can go to is only 75 miles from the sea. That's crazy. I knew that it was small, but like, that's nuts. Wow, I live in northern Indiana, and it's only like 75 miles just to like the center of the state where Indianapolis is at. That's crazy.
Except me, actually.
Yeah, so basically UK would be like from this, so like probably from Indianapolis up to Chicago and then up to like Detroit then, because I'm kind of like right in the middle of the three. And I think it's roughly 75 miles, give or take. Well, Chicago and Detroit might be a little more, I'm not quite sure, but that's nuts.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. Number 29. London is the capital of England and the UK, by the way, just in case you weren't aware. Hey, it's a
Right.
fact, can't sue me. Number 30. Just in case you visit and need to know the laws, you need to be 18 to drink alcohol and you're not allowed any drugs at all, not even marijuana. Soz, chaps, but hey, have a cup of tea instead. Number 31.
What did she say?
Hey, have a cup of tea
Janet, this tea is nice, but I miss cocaine. Wow.
instead. Number 31.
I love the little chat
Rather
bubbles.
stereotypically speaking of tea, every day us British drink 165 million cups of tea, which is over
Damn.
20
I
times
love tea
more than
too.
the average American. I think I'm responsible for at least an 18th of that figure. Clive, give me a tea.
I haven't had tea in a while.
Number 32.
Been drinking a lot of coffee lately.
When you think of British food, you probably think of this, or this. Well, what about this? You should, because the
What's
United
that?
Kingdom recently named chicken tikka masala as a national dish, which is a
Okay.
spicy curry created in Britain and is actually unheard of in India itself.
No shit. I mean, Britain, though, I mean, they basically controlled India for, I don't even know, a couple hundred years probably, or?
Number 33.
Speaking of fish, and indeed chips, the first fish and chips restaurant was opened in 1860 in London by a Jewish immigrant named Joseph Malin. So thank you, Joseph, for giving me that sweet,
Oh,
sweet
yeah.
newspaper-wrapped
That
batter-drenched
looks
heart
good.
attack. I owe you one.
Fish and chips. That explains why they're so popular over there, because they're only 75 miles from the ocean, no matter where you actually are. So like fish is a huge abundance here or over there. See, I'm like right in the middle of the United States. So I mean, we get fish, obviously. I mean, there's grocery stores that sell it, but it's not as big of a thing. I mean, I love it, but
Number 34. Speaking of heart attack, a popular national food of Scotland is haggis. Sheep heart, liver, and mince encased in a stomach. Mmm. You want some
Haggis.
haggis, Americans? Do you? Do you want some haggis?
no.
Number 35? Well, that's too bad, because it's illegal to import haggis from the UK into the US, as the American government has declared that sheep lungs are unfit for human consumption. I mean, how dare they? Have they tried American chocolate? It tastes like disappointment in a bar.
It's unfit for human consumption, they say. Why are you guys eating it?
Number 36. The Christmas
crazy.
tree in Trafalgar Square is presented every year by the people of Oslo in gratitude for London's assistance during World War II. Number 37. James Bond, or Secretive Jimmy as I call him down the pub, is one of Britain's national heroes. And one of the first people I did 101 facts about, don't you know? His code name, 007, was inspired by the author Ian Fleming's bus route from Canterbury to London. So there you go, not only do you know that now, but you also know the bus route to get from Canterbury to London. You're welcome. Number 38. The London Underground subway, or the Tube, is one of the oldest subways in the world. The 409 escalators in tube stations cover the distance every week, which is approximately equivalent to several trips around the world. So you probably can't ride them all in a day, I'm afraid. Sorry to quash that dream.
That's crazy.
Number 39. Despite being named as such, more than half of the London Underground is, in fact, above, not under, ground. Number 40.
Wonder why I got that
The
name.
longest escalator in a tube station, incidentally, is at the station Angel, and is the 4th longest escalator in the world. I should know, I used to ride the bloody thing all the time, but then I realised that skiing down it is far better, like this guy does.
Nice.
Number 41.
Oh, I wanted to watch
A
the
new
rest of
breed
it.
of mosquito was found in the tube tunnels in 1998. Scientists believe
I've heard about this. They're like literally a specific species just to that tunnel or some shit. That's crazy.
it mutated from a species that came to the London Underground when it was built in the last century, and has since evolved into a separate species. The meaning of life. Oh hey, London, by the way, hosted the 2012 Olympics in 2012. This was the 3rd time they did so, the first in 1908 and the second in 1948. Number 43. Wales is actually home to a town called... Oh, bloody hell, really? To explain...
Yeah, and I did a reaction. It was I think like why are British place names so hard to pronounce? And it was actually in one of my live videos, so go ahead and go check that out. But anyways, that was in one of the videos, and I actually thought that that was just like a joke that they were, because it was a comical type video. I thought that was kind of like a joke or something that they put in there, and then like all these people are commenting and explaining what this actually means, and I'm realizing, wow, that's actually a name. Like it has to be like Gaelic, like Irish Gaelic maybe, or like I'm not even sure. That's crazy.
Going to read that? Okay, let's give this a go. Lelanfair
That's
Lanfire Paul Gwingith go
that's nuts.
Drobuth Lelanfair. Oh, screw it. Naomi Watts, help me out here. Thank you. This translates to St Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool at the Church of St Tisilo near the cave.
That's like some Monty Python and the Holy Grail type shit right there, you know what I mean?
Which is just as snappy. You go, Wales. Number 4. There's only a 21-mile gap between England and France, and the countries are... There's only a 21-mile gap between England and France, and the countries are connected by the Channel Tunnel, which opened in 1994. It's the world's 2nd longest underground tunnel, and no, you can't see fishies out the window like I thought you could. I know, I was just as disappointed as you.
Yeah, there was a YouTube video I watched. I can't remember the name of the video. I'll try to remember, and if I do, I'll put it in the description. But this guy takes like one of those big ass like balls that you get in, and he tries to go across the channel to get to France. Literally just in this fucking plastic ball. He takes his snacks and everything. He records and all that shit. Ends up in fucking like Germany or some shit, or like whatever. I think it's Germany, one country north of there. It was a pretty fucking cool ass video though.
Number 45. John and Mary, nope, not those two, that was so last month, have been revealed as the most popular male and female names for the last 500 years in the UK. I'm sure Sherlock has joined them now, along with twerk and Brexit probably, #satire. Number 46. A new study shows that Smith, Jones and Williams have been the most common surnames for nearly 180 years. So there's going to be plenty of Twerk Joneses out there soon. Wow, that kind of sounds like a detective. Twerk Jones.
Twerk Jones.
Number 47. Speaking of twerking, kind of. According to The Sun, most Brits will have rumpy-pumpy love time, sex, a total of 4,239 times in their lives. Just one more time for me and I've beaten the average. Just kidding, it's around 4,239 more times and a half. Number 48. When the UK was asked what our favourite steamy position for sexy time is, we answered near unanimously, with 31% of us saying, I don't have a favourite. Wow, we are a decisive bunch, us lot.
What is it?
I don't position for sexy time is, we answered near unanimously, with 31% of us saying, I don't have a favourite. Wow, we are a decisive bunch, us lot. Number 49. We bloody love fish and chips and Yorkshire puddings and gravy and crumpets over here. The stereotype is true, which is probably the reason why England has the highest rate of obesity in Europe. That said, we do spend a lot of calories queuing up for stuff. Wow, I'm being really racist to
Starting to look like Americans over there, guys.
myself here. Number 50!
Number 50.
The United Kingdom has brought some of the world's greatest musical artists ever, including...
Why do I keep looking at my microphone when I talk? I'm not used to the camera thing still. I've only been doing this like a month and a half.
The Beatles, Robbie Williams, The Rolling Stones, Queen, Black Sabbath, Robbie Williams, David Bowie.
Did they mention Pink Floyd?
The Who, Oasis, Iron Maiden, Robbie Williams, and of course the Spice Girls.
Did they,
so, The Who, Robbie Williams, The Rolling Kingdom has brought myself here. Number 50.
If they don't mention Pink Floyd, I mean...
The United Kingdom has brought some of the world's greatest musical artists ever, including the Beatles, Robbie Williams, The Rolling Stones, Queen, Black Sabbath, Robbie Williams, David Bowie. The Who, Oasis, Iron Maiden, Robbie Williams, and of course the Spice Girls. So, yeah.
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but Pink Floyd is one of the most amazing bands that's ever graced just Earth in general. And for them to not mention them, but they mentioned the Spice Girls, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't subscribe to 101 Facts. I don't know. Because they have not... comment down below. I'm sure there's some Pink Floyd fans. I mean, that's just crazy to me that they didn't mention... I mean, they mentioned the Beatles. The Beatles are amazing. They mentioned all these other ones. They're great, but... to leave out Pink Floyd. Wow.
You're welcome, rest of the world. Number 51.
All right, guys. So anyways, that will actually be the end of this one. This is kind of a long one, so I'm going to go ahead and split this up into 2 parts. So I'll try to link the video. Let me see here. Let me switch my screen. All right, I will try to put somewhere over here. I don't know. But anyways, go ahead and stay tuned for part 2 and comment about the Pink Floyd thing, because that's very interesting to me. So I will see you in part 2 of this video coming right up, okay?